Okay, finally, because I don't know what the hell it was doing before. I look a really hot mess, but it's fucking hot. It's like 80 something degrees today, and it's like really fucking hot. And so, excuse the appearance. Um, oh, Jesus Christ. So, excuse all of this. I'm sorry. It's just like really hot and all that other stuff. So, sorry, I look a mess. Yeah, so, man, I had a crazy weekend. Um, I guess so. Okay, as I'm wondering, I know you probably like for those who know, I got my hair done, but as you can see, it's not in anymore. So I guess I have to like explain that. So basically, Wednesday, went and got my hair done and shit. But then after I got it done, like my head was hurting like really bad, and I haven't got my hair professionally done besides just getting it straightened in like years. So I went to this salon by my house and I got it done, whatever, spent money on it. And so it was hurting, but I figured because it's been a while since I got my hair done, blah, blah, blah. So I went and got my nails done. So it got worse when I was getting my nails and I was like really ready to go home. So I get them done, I go home. Mind you, I repainted them because they were initially gray, but after three coats, you can still kind of like see through it. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I go home, try to like take some pain medication. Just hasn't worked. It's like I had to work Thursday, and I'm like I still couldn't sleep because it was hurting that bad. So I ended up taking out the ponytail part, and I found out that why it was hurting was that my scalp was like really red and sore and swollen and shit because I guess she was pulling. I mean, she pulled some hair out. And mind you, when I was getting it done, it didn't really hurt. I just felt okay. It's a little tug, whoop de whoop, kept it moving. But then, like, I was like, my mom looked and she was like, "Hi," and my mom was like, "Yeah, like I think it was like," she said, "I think it's bleeding." Like, and I tried to take like video and pictures of my scalp. Like, it was really bad. Like, it was red and swollen and all this other gross shit. And I'm like, kind of like it doesn't hurt now, but it was very painful. Like I couldn't sleep, and it was hard for me to go to sleep. And I had to work the next day, and so to try to relieve the pain, I just took the braids out and just left the front out, but it didn't look as nice. But I just said fuck it at this point, and I was like, I'm ready to just take the shit out. So I go to work, whatever. And so after that, I've been off work. So Ashley, yeah, my mom was like the scalp was like bleeding, and she said she think it might have been bleeding at one point because I guess like I said, it was really bad. Like I've never, like I said, I used to get my hair done like all the time, but like after a while, I just stopped. Like I stopped getting. I don't get perms anymore. I haven't got my hair like I've only had like friends do it, but then I moved, and so for a while now, I just either done it myself, which isn't really all that good, or I just go to this Dominican shop and they just do a doobie and call it done. But I figured it was probably gonna be a waste of money if I got a doobie because like when it gets hot, I mean I'm black, so my hair gets really I have like really coarse hair. So like when it gets hot, it gets frizzy, and I would have been yeah, that's the picture. So when it gets humid, it gets frizzy. That would have been like a waste, you know what I'm saying? So I just decided to get it done, like just professionally done or whatever. So, but the pain was really bad, and I had to take it out. So I got off of work. I went to go see Ashley because she just came in. So I hung out with her for a while. Yeah, y'all, it was pretty bad. So I got home, and then like I got home like maybe like 9, 10 o'clock, and I spent another like hour or so just taking the hair out. And that's when I realized like when I looked at it, I'm like, it was really bad. So I mean, it's like it doesn't hurt, but I still need to check and see like um what it looks like and stuff like that. So I was asking around and stuff like that, and so I was putting Aquaphor. It's like a ointment. My mom was using that type of stuff for when she had chemo the first time. So it did help soothe it because it was like, sore and shit like that. So it did help. But I have to check what it looks like now. It's been a few days. But yeah, it was really bad. And I was really upset because I really liked the style and stuff like that. And I know people liked it, but it was too painful. Like it had to go. Because I'm like, I'm not gonna suffer the whole weekend and I'm doing stuff and I'm gonna be uncomfortable. So I'm like, fuck it. So I just took it out. I mean, it's wasting money, but it was unbearable. And I'm like, okay, I definitely not going back to them anymore. So I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do with my hair from now on. But I've definitely not hair. That was just too much. But enough of that. So Friday comes. Um, so Keisha, who is Keish on YouTube. I'm sorry, I'm gonna be wiping my face a lot because I'm just sweating like a motherfucker. This hot. Um, so Friday comes, and Ashley wanted to go to New York because they had the pop up store. She wanted to go. I was going to take her to this other store on Canal Street. It's like another K-pop store that I found, and we're gonna go to the Met because I've never been to the Met before. So get up, head to the city. Where we go? Went to the pop up. So we just took cabs to the pop up. So pretty much, yeah, it's really not worth all that shit. No, I'm like my mom wasn't tripping about the money being wasted, but because she knew how bad it was how bad it was. So anywho, so we get to the pop up. So it was on like today was the last day. It's over now because it finished at 8 o'clock. So today was the last day for the pop up. I'm assuming they may do one in like Europe and something in like Brazil and shit, but I'm not sure. Um, so we go to the pop up, and so when you walk in, you can't miss it because it has like hashtag BTS pop up on the windows and shit. So you go to the door, and there's two dudes at the door. So they say, "Oh, how many?" We said three. They gave us. I don't have none of this shit, mind you. It's all upstairs. I don't feel like getting it. But they give you this menu of all the stuff that they're selling. They give you a pencil, and so you walk in. They have it's over there, but they give you like this little slap wristband. It has like speak yourself. It's like red says speak yourself on it. So you walk in, and on the right they have this big poster where you can take a picture at, and then they had this other like little structure thing where it had like red mics hanging. You can take pictures there. And then on the left was all like the merch they were selling. So we had like little tables of what there was like the smaller stuff, which was like the bandanas, the sticker sets, the button set, the pins, the bottle, the concert pouch, um, oh my gosh, like the smaller stuff. And then in the back left corner was all the t-shirts. Um, so I initially was gonna get my mom a shirt, but then I'm like, my mom's probably gonna be mad that I got her like a $40 t-shirt. So I said, nah, never mind. So you walk around and then to the other side, and they have the display of the I didn't really like anything from the pop-up store, sadly. I went to the line store on Saturday night and it was a mistake to do. It was mad people there, wasn't it? Yeah, I heard Cyber. I heard a lot of people was at the line store and I heard they didn't really have a lot of stuff. Um, so I'm not surprised to be honest. Um, yeah, I'm not surprised. Um, so let's see. Uh, so yeah, pretty much everything was gone. Like from what I heard, everything was gone. So I didn't even bother going to the pop up store when we was in New York. It's like, why bother? You wait in line for 2.5 hours. Oh my god. See Ashley. She went Thursday, and she said it was easier because I guess more people would probably come in on Friday than Thursday. So I said like had you went like Thursday, it probably would have been easier for you to get stuff Thursday than Friday or like Saturday. Um, yeah, because I mean, usually the store it. I guess depends on the time of year because there had been one time I went to the line store. It was like or like maybe winter time, and it was like kind of cool. Like, it wasn't like crazy bunch of people in there. But the last time I went, which was like my birthday, there was quite a few heads in there, but they don't have a lot of stuff. The thing about New York is that the LA store has way more stuff and they have way more room. Because I think I'm trying to think. I think the LA store. I'm wondering if it's just the BT21 stuff or is it also the line store? I'm not sure because I've never been to one in LA. But I know like the LA one is like I heard they're making it permanent too. But I heard it's like way bigger. I see like videos on YouTube and shit. It's like way bigger in LA. But the one in New York is like it is kind of small compared to LA. So and it's not really like a lot of room and shit to like kind of move around. And like I said, people just like walking everywhere and just like snatching shit and like blah blah blah. Like I don't really like crowds like that because I guess I mean even though I'm from the East Coast, I never get used to how people maneuver in New York. Like, cause motherfuckers just be like reaching over you. And I'm like, I don't roll like that. Like, so I get irritated very easily when people just walk in front of you and like all this other shit. And you be like trying not to curse people out. So, girl. So yeah. So back to the pop up. So you walk to the other side, and they had this big old screen where they was playing videos, BTS videos, and then they had a display of the Mattel dolls. So there's two versions of the dolls. So you had the ones in the idol outfits, and they had another version with just regular clothes. Um, I took pictures and stuff. I got to take it off my flash drive and put it on like Twitter and stuff. 'Cause I didn't really post a lot of pictures and stuff on Twitter and whatnot. So then you go and kind of like put in your order. So you go this one stand, you put in your order, you tell them what you want, they give you a number and they give you a pager. Like if you ever been to like Panera Bread or some shit and they give you like a pager where it's like your food's ready, it's like that. So you just kind of like stand around and wait. So when your pager goes off, you go to whoever's open, pay for your shit and you dip. That's pretty much it. So after that, it started drizzling. I'm like, great. So we went to this coffee shop down the street. And then we took a cab to Canal Street because that's where Mandu Apparel is. Now they have a website, but I did know they had a store. So that's the place I went to. I did a live stream on birthday, and so I took them there. So like I said before, it's when you go there, the place is called Canal Street Market. So it's like you walk in, it's like two entrances. Like one entrance is like where the food and stuff is, but the other entrance is where all the um like they have like little shops and stuff. So it's like they look kind of like little cubicles, but they have like little shops and stuff. And then the Man Do Apparel is like in the back. It's like right next to this like podcast little cubicle thingy. So like I said, it's not a lot of space, so they don't have a lot of albums compared to like K Town. But the prices aren't as like they're up there. I'm not gonna lie to you, but they're not like 30, $40 like some albums are at the one in K Town and stuff like that. Um so yeah, so they had this thing where if you bought like any BTS merch, whether it's an album or like a little pen or keychain, they gave you a fabric um banner. Again, it's upstairs. I posted pictures on Twitter about what I bought. So if you go on Twitter, you can see what I bought. So yeah, and like how they roll there is like they have a rewards program. But that's really if you're gonna come if you're like from the city or like you're from over here and you plan on going there kind of often. But if you're not gonna be from there, if you're not gonna go to the store often, there's no point in signing up. They do have a website, but it doesn't connect to the website though, which I think it's kind of ridiculous that you have a rewards program, but you can't use it on the website. Whatever. So I think that's when I bought the Bobby album because I've been looking for the album for a long time, and I finally got it. And I bought a pen, and of course it's over there, and I don't feel like I don't feel like getting up and getting it. For my bag. So after that, we were trying to get something to eat before we went to the Met. So we just took me and Ashley, and we all split an Uber to the Met because we had to go back uptown. We was down. We had to go back uptown. So we get to the Met, and we trying to get something to eat, but they usually just have like like a hot dog stand type of shit like that. So we just grabbed something, then we went inside, and the Met is huge. So how the Met, the Metropolitan Museum of Art works is you buy a ticket, but it's good for like 3 days because it's so much shit, and that's just in the Met. And they also have like four other buildings you can go to, so it's valid for to go. So say if you want to go to another building, that ticket you bought is valid to go into any of the other buildings. That's a part of the Met, which is cool. And it's 3 days because there's so much stuff in there. You're not going to get through that in one day, and like it's easy to get lost too. Um, so we went there and we was trying to like find a bathroom, but you had to like go into the museum to find a bathroom. I'm like, okay, fine. So, what I'm saying, we was walking around. I think they had two exhibits. So they had the camp exhibit, so that was kind of like the camp for like the Met Gala, and then the Play It Loud, which was like a bunch of like instruments from like rock bands and stuff like that. So we was walking around and stuff like that. We was gonna go do the camp exhibit, but the line was crazy long. And I'm like, I ain't really trying to wait this long ass line. But the exhibit's gonna be until like September. So I got enough time to go and add another time to go get it, to go see it. um so we was walking around and we saw, was taking pictures and stuff like that. Then we ran into the other exhibit, which was like like the instruments and stuff. It was pretty cool seeing like instruments from like different rock bands and stuff like that. And so then we went to the modern art section, and we was looking at like different art, like modern art pieces. And it was funny because y'all know Lavia and Rose by Eyes One. Well, it's also an art piece by the artist Tony Mitchell, who did a piece called Lavia and Rose. I have a picture of it. I'm gonna post it on Twitter tonight because I think I put it on Instagram, but I didn't put it on Twitter, which I thought was pretty cool. Um, and like Jackson Pollock and stuff like that. Like I'm not, I know a couple of like modern artists and stuff like that. So we end up in one section where we're looking at Van Goghs and Monets and things like that. And so it was like, all right. So we realized that, they were selling the merch for the concert Friday as well. So you can go there Friday and get your merch. And I'm like, oh shit. So we was like, okay, well, we try to get something to eat. But by the time we like made it to Koreatown, it was kind of late. It's like, we're not going to make it. So we just said we just do a Saturday. So we go to K-Town and we go get something to eat. And then after that, we went to Korea Books, and of course, there was hella people in there. Um, I got a couple things, and then we just head on back. And so, no, mind you, so we're at the restaurant, so we're eating food. So Ashley goes on Twitter. Come to find out, Namjoon posted something on Twitter, and where was he at? The fucking Met. I was so tight because we was like, so now I don't know when he was there though. So it could have been before we got there, while we were there, but all I know is he was there. And the picture that he posted, we saw that same piece. And I'm sitting here like, are you fucking kidding me? So you mean to tell me it could have been a possibility I would have bumped into Namjoon at the Met? The fuck? And it's not like, you know what I'm saying? And it's not like he like closed off the section. Cause I mean, BTS ain't got a pull like that to be blocking off sections at the Met. You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy how like there was a slim possibility we could have ran into Namjoon at the fucking Met Gala. I mean, at the Met Museum. So that's crazy when I think about it. So, so that's crazy when it's crazy to think about now. So we went home. They went back to the hotel. I went home, got some sleep. So come Saturday. Now I was renting a Zip car. Now Zip car, I don't know if it's everywhere, but Zip car is kind of like a car rental service, but without having to like go to like Enterprise or Dollar, any of those type of rental cars. Pretty much you can rent it for like an hour, a couple hours, or a whole day, whichever is available. So I had reserved the car for Saturday because I knew that we was going to be running around and stuff. So I reserved the car on the 14th from 6 a.m. to at least 7 a.m. to give me time to get back home. So it's 5 a.m. I get up, I throw on some clothes, hopped in the Uber to go get the car. It's 6 o'clock. The car's not there. So I'm like, okay, maybe the car's late. So I'm sitting in this random ass parking lot, and I'm just like, okay, I'm like right by a college, and I'm just sitting here like, and so it gets to 6:30. The person hasn't shown up yet. So I call the people and I'm like, yo, my reservation for 6, the car's not here. And so they're trying to find me another car. And of course, the other cars in the area are reserved. And I'm like, great. So I'm waiting and waiting. And so I called them up and I'm telling them what's the deal with the whole car situation. I'm on the phone with my mom. I'm pissed now because I'm like, I had shit to do and now now I'm gonna have to rush because we're trying to get there by the time the gates open so we can just be there and stuff because we expected to, be waiting around all day. So we were trying to like, get there. We thought it was gonna be traffic, blah, blah, blah. So now I'm getting pissed because I'm just sitting here like, all right, I just want to, go and get this shit done. So I'm waiting, and then about 7 o'clock, the person shows up. So she parks the car. She's sitting in the car. I'm getting more mad because I'm like, I waited a whole hour for you, and now I gotta wait till 7:30 to get into this fucking car. And then she gets out the car. I posted on Twitter, but she gets out the car and she's just like strolling like she ain't got a care in the world. Like I have been out here waiting a whole hour for this bitch. So I'm tight. And I was really like, part of me wanted to go over there and like beat her ass. And I was like, you know what? Let it go. Because you got more important things to do today. So fuck it. So I had to wait to get into the car. So I get in. I had to run to the supermarket because I was like, well, I was like, you know what, the food at the because they said that they're serving food at the stadium, so I figured food's gonna be hella expensive, so we can go get like water and food beforehand. You don't have to like pay unnecessary money for food. So I'm running around doing that. I had to rush home, get dressed. Then I had to go pick them up from their hotel. So I'm driving to get them. And what happens, it was a fucking accident close to my exit. So it ended up being like, it went from being like a 20-minute ride to like close to 40 minutes. And I'm like, of course it had to be by where my fucking exit is. I'm like, okay. So it's like crazy trying to like maneuver to get to the exit, blah, blah, blah. I got kind of lost trying to find a hotel, but I ended up making it. I pick them up. And I was like, well, there's a quick check nearby. I can go get some food or whatever. So I drove there, and then we got some food, and then we just went on our way, and then we made it to the venue by 11. I think we made it by like 11 o'clock. We made it to the venue. So everything had been open by like an hour at this point. So we parked close to the merge, and it was like we didn't have to struggle for parking. It wasn't a bunch of cars, which is fine. I think most people like took Ubers and shit. Because I guess because um the MetLife Stadium is like it's off the turnpike. So it's like it's not, you know what I'm saying, there's no, it's like it's kind of far from like, Newark and stuff like that. It's like maybe like 20 minutes from Newark. And it's like it's also by the airport. So I think most people took Ubers to MetLife instead of driving. So that's why there's probably so much space for parking. So we go in, we go to the entrance for merch. They let us in, no problem. I'm sorry for to get into the stadium, no problem. So you walk in, it's the express booth. On the other side is the pairing station, and then next to that was like like the smaller merch section, and then was this long ass line for like to take a picture in front of like this big ass poster of the guys, and then the BTS studio, and then next to that was the Medihill booth, and then it was food, and then it was the bigger merch. So like the smaller merch booth only had limited stuff, whereas the big one had everything. So I was like, well, let me try the small one instead of. That's why, because MetLife is by the airport. It's like not too far from the airport. That's like maybe 20 minutes from the airport. That's why you see like airplanes throughout the show. Is because yes, it's by Newark Airport. Um so I was like, well, let me try getting merch from the smaller booth. If not, I can't. If they don't have anything, I'll go to the bigger one. So I get in the line. We was in line maybe like 5 minutes, and if that, and I get everything I needed like right there. I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't expect to get. I expected to just be in line for a while. Like I expected me and Ashley, we expected to be in line for merch. We expect because when it comes to K-pop shows and merch, it's really unpredictable because you don't know if you're going to be waiting forever. You don't know if you're going to have everything. It's like you really can't tell. So I mentally prepared myself to be waiting in line all day. But then I ended up getting everything I needed in like 10 minutes. I'm like, okay. I got my mom a t-shirt. So she's like, yeah, you can give me a t-shirt. And then that was it. So Ashley got her stuff. I got my stuff. Um, they went to the pairing booth. I did it on my phone. So Keisha went to do the BTS studio. I applied for it, but I didn't get in. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Now, come to find out, you can have two people in there. I said, oh, I didn't know that, but it's three of us. So security was like, all right, so me and Ashley did rock, paper, scissors. I ended up losing, but it's fine. So I'm just waiting. So they get in the line. So how they had the BTS studio was, I think they closed it after an hour for some weird ass reason. So the only people that can do it was the people that had the QR code. If you didn't have a QR code, you had to wait in this long ass line, which like the lottery. So like you may or may not be able to do it. So Ashley and Keisha go into the line. So they go and they do their thing. So like pretty much we got everything we needed done in like less than an hour. And we fucking prepared ourselves to be waiting in line like all day. And I'm like, okay, so they were going day one. I was going, well, me, like Ashley and Keisha were going day one. I only had a ticket for day two. And Keisha was going day two as well. So I'm like, okay. So now we sitting there like, well, what the fuck do we do with ourselves? It's fucking noon and we got all day. And we did everything we needed to do. I got my merch. She did her photo shit. We're done. So we're like, great. Now we gotta find something to do for like the next few hours. So we sitting down in the fucking sun. Then we started to like walk around, see if we can find some fan sites and stuff. And then we just seen like the long ass line for sound check. And come to find out they was doing sound check like 5 o'clock. I don't know why they did five. They did sound check so fucking late when they had literally had all day to do sound check. But whatever. So it's getting really hot, and I'm like, okay, because I didn't want to have to pay for park because I had to pay $40 to park, and I'm like, fuck. I'm like, fuck, Jesus Christ. So parking is expensive at MetLife. So so whatchamacallit? Um, so we was trying to figure out what to do to kind of get out the sun and to also kill time. So I said, you know what, fuck it. So I was like, you know what we could do is we can leave, find somewhere to go, get out the sun, probably get something to eat, whatever. Um, and then I can just drop them off and I can just go back home. That's what we did. So we got in the car, we went to the Hilton, which was nearby, and we went to so we got the Starbucks, we were sitting there for a bit. We actually like ended up taking like a quick nap at Starbucks. Then about 3 o'clock they were closing, so we were sitting in the lobby for a little bit. And then I'm like, okay, whenever y'all ready, I can take y'all back to the stadium. So I dropped them off. They went on about their business. I went home because I had to take the car back by 7. I got home by like 5 o'clock. And I'm like, okay, so I went home. So I decided to stay at their hotel instead of taking a Uber to the hotel and then to the stadium or just to the stadium. Just like, you know what I'm saying? So just to kind of cut taking on them Ubers, even though like Friday I took so many Ubers in general. But so I go home and then I grab my stuff, grab my bag, all my other stuff, and then I head to run to the store and I was like, I had to grab something. And then I dropped the car off like exactly at 7 o'clock. And so I took the Uber from dropping off the car to the hotel. I get to the hotel. Um, I forgot to like tell them that I was there. I hopped in the shower, grabbed something to eat downstairs. I took a melatonin, which is like a sleeping supplement because it helps me go to sleep. So it's not like it's not a sleeping pill. It's like there's no like drugs are in it. It just like helps you go to sleep. So I'm knocked the hell out. Next thing I know, I hear, and I'm like, what? I'm like, what the fuck? And it's the hotel, and I'm like, and next thing I know, Keisha and Ashley come in the room, and I'm like, what's up? So basically, here's what happened. So, so they said that the metal detectors at MetLife wiped out people's hotel keys, well, the hotel cards, like the room keys and shit. So when people tried to come back to enter the rooms, they couldn't. Now they said they tried calling me and all this other stuff, and they got no answer. And I'm sitting there like I'm still kind of out of it because I was sleeping. And like I said, when you take a melatonin, you're knocked the hell out. Like you're out. And plus I was just really tired because I've been up since 5 a.m. driving and running around like all day and shit. So I was exhausted. So then they was like, um, they couldn't get in the room for some reason, and then they said that they was knocking on the door, but again I was out. And then they said that when they was then they said some drama was going on downstairs at the lobby, like some lady was trying to get into her room or her reservation, but she didn't have any like paperwork saying that she reserved the room, some more crazy shit. And so then I'm like, I'm trying to figure out, well, why didn't the hotel call the room? Because had they called the room, I definitely would have woke up because the phones at hotels are loud as fuck. And so I'm just trying to figure out why didn't the hotel people just call the room if they knew I was down there, if I was in the room. They was like, "Oh, was you drinking?" I'm like, "No, I don't really drink like that," and not to the point where I'm knocked. It's not. I've drank, but not to the point where I'm completely passed out. I don't get that drunk. And that's very rare. So then I realized this is why they couldn't. And I had my phone by me in case they called me, but then I forgot my phone is on do not disturb. Once it hits midnight, my phone's on do not disturb. So if anyone tries to call me or anything, I don't. It goes straight to my voice. I got that it was on there, and I didn't realize how late it was. I'm thinking it's like 11 o'clock or some shit. It was 1:30. I'm like, oh fuck. So I felt really bad because like they was kind of like out in the hall trying to get in, and I'm completely knocked out. But everything was fine after that. So um so we kind of just like got settled. They was telling us about they was telling me about like trying to get to the train, so you caught the train and trying to get back and whatnot. Um so in the morning Ashley had to go catch a flight back home, so just me and Keisha. So since we had did everything we need to do Saturday, we just kind of like stayed in on Sunday. So we got up around like a little maybe like 12 or whatever. And I was like, okay, well we can try and get some food and then we can try to come back to the room, get our stuff together, and then we can head out. That's what we did. We went downtown Newark. And we went to Whole Foods, got something to eat, went back to the room. I tried to take a nap. I couldn't really sleep. So I just like, you know what? I only slept like maybe like 20 minutes and then we just like head out. So I was initially going to take the Uber to the train station to take us right to the Meadowlands. But they was like, the Uber driver was like, well, you know what? It's not really much of a difference in price. So I can just take you to the Met. I said, well, that's fine with me. So we get straight to Metlife. We walk. We get there. It's hella people. I'm like, it's mad fucking people. So we were trying to get in at the SAP gate, which is right across, right by the train station. Um, so I'm like, okay, and then we're in line, and the line was long as fuck. Oh, I don't know. I mean, I initially wasn't. I initially didn't plan on staying at the room with them. But they just let me stay with them for that night or whatever. Since I was going to be going to the show Saturday, so I initially, I don't know how much they paid for the room to be honest. Um, but I do know that the Hilton by MetLife was like 300 a night. I said, couldn't be me. That's expensive as fuck for a hotel room. I mean, it's the Hilton, but I shouldn't be surprised the fucking Hilton. But still, like the fuck. So we get in line to go into the building, and what they do, sound check. I'm like, again, why the fuck are we starting sound check at 5 o'clock? And when y'all had literally all day, whatever. So we get in line, and of course, I had to pay. So I come out, and then Keisha was like, something with the line, like people trying to redirect people, and I'm like, oh god, here we go. So like one dude tells us one thing, one dude tells us another thing. So we just like, you know what, fuck, we want to just go back to where we were, and we just got in line. The line was moving, by the way, so we didn't have to wait like really long in line. Um, we got this security. Everything was fine. The thing was, I had like a motorized fan, but they chucked it because it had battery. It was like motorized. Now, mind you, I have a pack of batteries for my fucking light stick. That's fine. But a motorized fan that I paid like a buck at my job for was a problem. I said, you know what, fucking get rid of it. I'm not. It's $1. I'm not going to triple for it. Whatever. So Keisha was on the floor. I'm in section 131, so I have to go upstairs. So go upstairs. Um, and by this point, it's like a breeze. Thank God. So it's like we're getting cooled down because it was hot as hell before we were trying to get in there. Excuse me. So I'm trying to find my gate. I'm trying to find my gate or my section. And I was like, okay, I'm trying to find the merch because I wanted to get the shopping bags. But the thing was, you couldn't buy the shopping bags outside because they weren't gonna let you bring them into the building. I don't. This whole clear bag thing is weird as hell at these damn stadiums, but Basically, I had to buy the shopping bags inside the stadium. So, okay. So I'm trying to find them. And so I grab some water and then I find the merch line, which is like right over where I was. Didn't have to really wait in line. They was kind of moving people along with the merch. Got a couple bags, went to my gate. I keep saying my gate, my section, which was actually, I should have went to the Verizon gate because that's closest to where my section was, but it's neither here nor there. So I find my section, find my seat, I sit down. Now, as y'all know, I'm a big person, but them seats was high key comfortable. Not where it was painful, but I couldn't really stretch out. This is the thing as I hate about going to concerts when you're a bigger person because it's not you don't really have enough space to like be comfortable. And I'm like, I think what people need to realize when they're making these stadiums is like I guess they're trying to fit as many people as they could, but there's going to be people from all different sizes coming to these stadiums. Can y'all, or just not even just the stadiums, just the venues, period. Not everyone's going to be a size 6. So, like, they need to think about that shit when they're making, these fucking theaters and stadiums and shit like that. Like, come on now. So I'm like, fuck. So, like, I had to, like, it was hard to maneuver my shit. And I'm like, oh, God, this is going to be fun. So, like I said, I was 131. So I'm kind of like in the back left corner. So I'm like, the stage is here. I'm like over here. So I had a good view of the stage. So, what I'm saying? I'm just pretty much just sitting there waiting for the show to start. Um, I'm by myself because so I really don't want to talk to. I mean, the lady next to me was kind of cool, whatever. But when I get to concerts by myself, I don't make friends with people. I just don't like. If someone approaches me, that's one thing. But I don't just go around putting. I'm not that type of person. I just don't go up and having random conversations with people. I don't do that. So I just kind of just like stay to myself. I'm just kind of like quiet and awkward. I'm just like, So, um, yeah, I don't know. So when I get to when I feel like I'm like socially awkward when I go out to concerts and shit. To be honest, and I kind of hate when I have to sit by myself because again, I just sit there. So I'm just waiting for the show to start. Um, they're playing videos. Of course, the thing that always irritates me a little bit is when I'm at a concert and they're playing videos and people all like screaming and shit. But I'm like, y'all saw the video already. Y'all seen the video mad times. You've heard the song mad times. Y'all acting like this is our first time hearing the goddamn song. Whatever. That's just a pet peeve of mine when I go to concerts and shit. But anywho, um, so the show starts. No, not yet. So somebody sits next to me is like the lady's husband or whatever. So anyway, the show starts like 7:30. And now the concert to me is like a blur. And I can't remember I don't remember the whole entire set list, so I'm sorry if I don't remember every every part of the set list to be honest. I just don't remember. But I know they started off with see I can't pronounce half these damn songs of this new album. The one with when they're performing, is it Diagnostics? Whatever the fuck. That name of that damn song. Like I said, I can't pronounce half the damn songs off the album. But that one. That they opened the song off. They opened off this the show with that one. Oh, from how loud it was, I thought that show had started. Yeah, like yeah, it was kind of crazy how like people was all like, oh my god, all this other shit. Oh god, it's so hot. It's like 9 o'clock and it's fucking 80 degrees. Anywho, um, so you start off with that, and it's hard to like record and move your light stick at the same time. It's not a fucking exercise. So I said, okay, you know what? I'm just going to be filming to a minimum and just enjoying the show. So I didn't film a lot. I didn't really film a lot. I filmed like a couple performances. But for the most part, I just wanted to just enjoy the show. That song, yeah, that one, whatever the hell the name of that song is. Um, so what else? Like I said, I can't remember the whole fucking set. Let's see if I can find it because I can't remember the fucking set list. Uh, no, wrong tour. Oh no, it's my bad. Yes. Let's see if they have that one. Oh yes, Dionys or whatever the fuck that song. And then they did Wings, the Not Today. So Just Dance. So the first solos was J Hope and Jungkook. I had to pay, so I ended up missing the water cannons, and I ended up missing Jungkook flying across the air like he Jesus. So I ended up missing that because I had to use the bathroom. Um, then after that was Best of Me, and then Serendipity. Um, I mean, like I said, everything. Oh god, I mean, I recorded it. I only recorded. Let's see, I only recorded Serendipity. I recorded Some of Love. Did I record Boy with Love? I don't think I did. Singularity, Seesaw, and some of Michael Cosmos. Let me see if I can find it on my phone. And like the filming, I'm like rusty when it comes to like recording at concerts and shit. So what's this one? Okay, yeah. This was you probably can't see. They won't be able to see. Mm. Oh, you can't see because of my phone. But I recorded Singularity. Um now I'm close, but I can't make out faces from where I was. But I mean, I just look at the big screen, like the jumbo screen for the most part. Um, I went Sunday. Yeah, I went to the Sunday show. Um, let's see. And then, like I said, and then like Namjoon does his set. So like I said, I caught everyone's set except for J Hope and Jungkook. Um, and at the looks of this, they they didn't really go far back. Like I think the oldest song they've done was Dope. Yeah, that's the set. That's the oldest song They did the tour. Like so, they didn't do Boy in Love. They didn't do No More Dream. They didn't do Danger. They didn't do I Need You. Like yeah, that's like they didn't even do Blood, Sweat, and Tears. I just realized that. Yeah, I mean, I guess because they have so much shit now, I guess they're trying to like perform more of the newer songs. So yeah, like they didn't do much of Wings besides like the outro. But that's You Never Walk Alone and like Not Today. Yeah, so yep. So most of the album, like most of the songs on like the set list are like Tear, Answer, and Persona. Um, yeah, so that's pretty much that was like the set list. The production was really well done. Like like production wise, probably one of like the best shows I've been to. Like on some real shit when it comes to like production for a show. I definitely think the production, in my opinion, was definitely better than the Wings tour. And I'm not saying the Wings tour is bad, but I mean, obviously they stepped it up because it's this fucking football stadium. So, yeah, I really enjoyed like how they did Tear, like how it was like black and white, and it kind of had like the green thing. Like, I mean, I enjoy. I mean, like the rap line is probably one of my favorite like my top 5 favorite rap lines in K-pop. So just I mean the fact that I got to see the rap line perform and they did Tear, which was like really fucking dope. and Tay. So if y'all don't know, Taehyun does Singularity. He starts off on a bed. There you go. And the thing about Singularity is that the song is very sad, but he makes it really sensual and sexual, even though the song is really fucking depressing. And I'm like, okay. Like I literally, like my mouth literally dropped when I was watching him perform. I said, holy fuck. I was like, dude, I'm like, whoa, like what the fuck? And of course, Jimin, I mean it's Jimin. I don't know what else to say about him doing Serendipity, because this is my first time seeing the newer songs. Like I only went to see them at the Wings tour, so I only got to see them like do like the older songs up to like Wings and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay. So it's my first time seeing like the new songs live and stuff like that. Of course, he did Boy in Love and sorry, Boy with Love, and of course, they did like Dope, and I'm like, damn, I haven't heard Bopsay or Silver Spoon in like a long time. I was like, wow, I'm surprised they did that song. Of course, they did Idol. Of course, they did the rock version of Fake Love, and then of course, Seesaw. I mean, that's my bias. So just seeing him do that song was, really, really cool. And then Jen finishes off the solos with Epiphany. And that was really good. And of course, he did the Truth Untold, and then he did Tear. Yeah, man, Tear was dope. I mean, like I just kept staring at J-Hope because, like, I think Dior did their outfits for the tour, and like just J-Hope's outfit, like that military outfit. I was like, whoa, like he looked really good. I mean, they all look good, obviously, but I just was getting drawn to J-Hope during Tear. And then of course they did, Mic Drop, which I feel like it's a contender to being my favorite BTS song. Like my favorite BTS songs went from being We Are Bulletproof Part 2 to Fire. But I feel like Mic Drop might be the original, not the Steve Aoki one. Hi, I was just talking about you. A little bit. Mic Drop and Dope and Fire might be like neck and neck is my favorite BTS song. And what else was next? Anpan, yeah. So after that was Anpan Man. So when they do that, they blow up this like little, I don't know, playhouse thing, which was kind of funny. Like I said, everything it feels like a fucking blur. And like, I mean, to keep it a buck, like out of the whole set list, my least favorite songs is like So What and The Truth Untold. I have to be in a mood to listen to The Truth Untold. And So What is not my favorite song from Tear, to be honest, but I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to enjoy it today because I'm like, I fuck it. And then they did Make It Right, and then they ended off with Microcosmos, and man, that song that's like my favorite song from the album was Microcosmos. And I'm trying to figure out what. And I only recorded some of, what's this? Was this Anpan Man? What, I think it's Anpan Man. Okay, yeah, I recorded Anpan Man. So like I said, I just couldn't believe they did Bob Say, because like I said, I haven't heard them do that song in a minute. Um, and then like during the show, like during like I guess like the before he did like the ending, they had to do like the wave shit. I'm like, I didn't know we were still doing that in 2019, but okay, whatever. So I think I recorded some of Jimin's like speech. I could barely hear what they were saying half the time because bitches is screaming and shit. So I'm like, fuck. I was like that wave. I said, "Oh my god!" I'm like, "We still doing waves, bruh." In 2019, I said, "Oh lord, what's this one?" Oh, I think I recorded Namjoon's speech. Let me tell y'all something. Let me fucking tell y'all something. Like the ones that was snatching me, the show was. I'm torn between Namjoon and Tay for some reason. Like, mind you, Yoongi. Like how my bias, like my top biases going BTS is Yoongi, Jimin, Namjoon, right? But not Namjoon was coming top spot last night. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but I just could not stop. I just couldn't stop staring. Like I was like, he's just so beautiful, man. What the fuck? Like I mean, like Tay was the I don't know, like Tay just like singularity. Oh, Jesus Christ! Like the loud guy behind me started a wave on set. Like I was like, bro, we doing a wave. I said, what the fuck? I said, oh Lord, we doing a wave. Lord Jesus Christ. I'm like, oh my god. But yeah, man, Tay and Namjoon. Jesus Christ. Oh man, that was a lot. That was a lot last night. Oh my god. Get him now, Jim! Get him now, Jim! Like the people just. And what's funny was like in front, like the three rows in front of me was like a couple chicks. They was bugging the whole night. Like I thought one day lights was gonna go flying. Like this one girl, she almost fell out, and it was bananas. Just like seeing people around. I'm just like I was mesmerized by like the light sticks because like the only light stick I have besides my Monster X one that I just got was my Big Bang one, and the Big Bang one don't change colors. It just blinks and shit. But just seeing like how the light sticks like change colors and shit. Oh, that was so cool. That was so cool. I was like, oh my god, like, but yeah, I just could not stop staring at Namjoon last night. Like, oh my god. And of course, like they all try to get like sentimental and shit. And like I did really shitty like filming. And like I don't want to post half the videos anyway because like I was fucking. I'm rusty when it comes to filming videos and shit. Like, oh my gosh. And then like so we did Michael. And it was so goddamn bright in there when they did microcosmos, like because between like the light sticks and people's cell phones, it was bright as fuck. It was bright as hell in there last, like near the end of the show. At this point, my feet are fucking killing me. I'm like, I just sit on my seat. I didn't like sit down, like sit on my seat. My feet was like, bitch, I'm done. Like my feet was killing me last night. So I got like my phone out with my I'm recording. I got my light stick like waving and shit. Oops. And then Jungkook was crying. I was like, oh no. I almost cried, bro. I almost cried. You know what I mean? I don't normally cry for shit, but I really almost cried when Jungkook was crying. I was like, oh my god. I was like, oh my god, yo. I mean, I don't think he was sad. I think it was just like kind of like just like bro, it's like a big moment and shit like that. So I mean, I understand. Him getting emotional. It's fine. I understood that. Oh. And of course, they was twerking and shit last night. I forgot about that part. Oh. 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 And then they had like mad fucking, and then they had like crazy fucking fireworks and shit. I don't think I recorded the fireworks part. Nah, I didn't. I just recorded them just like kind of like get off the stage and whatnot. So wait, what's this one? Oh, Seesaw. Okay. So yeah, like I didn't record a lot. I just kind of like I said, I just wanted to just really enjoy the show for the most part. Um, which I did. It was a really good show, and I'm grateful that I was able to go. And again, thank you, Ashley, because if it wasn't for her, my ass probably would have not been able to go anyway. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Because getting a ticket to that shit was a whole mission. Oh my god, man. There's a whole mission trying to get that ticket in the first place. So I'm very happy that I was able to get the ticket and stuff like that. But yeah, like it was a crazy weekend. Just like yeah, so I don't feel like getting up and showing out my show. I don't feel like getting up because it's just like it's so fucking hot. Oh my god, I'm done with my water. Damn it, should have bought some more when I went to the supermarket. Um, but yeah, I mean that was pretty much it. Like this morning, got up like early and came home. I came home, unpacked my shit, and I was sleeping most of the day. Like I was fucking tired. Like I only slept a couple hours. We had to get up early to go, check out and stuff. But yeah, that was pretty much it. The weekend. But I had a really fun weekend. Of course, hanging out with Keisha and Ashley. Going to the show and to be honest, with the bag thing, I'm glad you did because I mean, you again, you was running around like all like just the whole few days. So yeah, you deserve that much, all the sleep and whatnot. But like, I feel like having so much stuff in my bag was a waste, to be honest, because I didn't end up using anything that I bought. I didn't even need my other charger. I remember charging my phone before we left. Maybe because I wasn't, it's probably because I wasn't filming so much stuff. That's probably why I wasn't. My phone didn't. I didn't have the charge. I didn't have to like use my other charger because I wasn't on my phone like that. But yeah, like all those like those wipes and all that other shit, I didn't even need it. I really didn't even need all that shit. So they said it was coming back. So most likely they're gonna be doing Metlife again because I was talking to Keisha and I'm like, they can't go back to doing a Prudential Center anymore after this. Like I feel like they're just going to be just doing nothing but stadiums now. So I know like to prepare for next time. So you know what I'm saying? Don't bring a bunch of shit. Just only bring the necessities, just my light stick. I didn't even need my other thing, a battery, because I didn't even use my light stick like that. So like just the batteries for the light stick would be fine. Um Like maybe like one, not like I had like three fucking chargers. Didn't need it. I had my other phone to record. Did need that. Could have left that home. I had my flash drive for my phone. Really need it because I didn't really record that much. I didn't use a bunch of things on my phone. So like all that other stuff I bought wasn't even necessary. So next year, I just know to just, like I said, just bring sunscreen. Cause I got a little sunburn. Sunscreen, maybe one extra charger. I don't know, maybe like a towel, like a little one of these when it gets like really hot. Um, and your money. That's really it. Like you really don't need a bunch of shit. But I don't know. I guess I've seen people with a because I think the reason why I had so much stuff was because I expected to be in line forever. I bought a poncho, didn't even use it, and mind you, it rained after the show. Can they just release a seating chart next year? I don't think did they? No, they didn't do. I don't think they did a seating chart. I think what they need to do next year is not do what they did this year, which just like they didn't like announce prices. Yeah, they didn't announce prices and they didn't announce seating charts. They need to do that next year because I mean the tour was out of nowhere. Like I don't think anybody expected them to do a tour this year. Um, so I was very surprised. So I think next year they definitely need to let people know how much these tickets are and seating charts and shit like that. Um, I mean, of course, I would love to do floor. I don't know how floor was. Like, I don't know if like floor was any better than um a regular seat. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, was I mean, and for those who like did the floor, like, I don't know. Like, were you able to like move around or like have some space, or was like people still on you? Like, I'm wondering like how the floor was. To be honest, I don't know. Even though it was a seat, but I do wonder like what the floor was like last night, or just during the entire tour period. Um, let's see. I mean, it probably won't have, but I hope to get floor next year, but I probably won't end up getting floor next year because it's just expensive. Um, let's see. But yeah, didn't need all that shit I brought yesterday. I didn't even use any of that shit, and then like I had to take my buttons off my bag because I almost lost one. But I think like the thing was the buttons I have it had like a foam, also like a rubber knob, and especially like this, I didn't have a lot of space to like put my bag and stuff like that. So yeah, I need something else to like kind of secure the pins and stuff. So I just took them off my bag. Yeah, didn't really need all the other shit I bought to be honest. It was just like unnecessary weight. But it didn't rain until after we left. It didn't rain until we got to Sea Caucus when we were trying to get into the Uber. So I only got my ticket because I got paid. Oh, okay. It's so hot. I mean, it looks like the temperature's dropping a tad, but I think it says it's supposed to be like hot the rest of the week. I'm like, ugh. I'm like, great. Yeah, it's supposed to be like in the 70s, like late 70s this week. Ew. That's how someone get kicked out because they were in the wrong seats. Oh. I was saying earlier, like they were initially gray, but I painted them black because the gray was like a shitty job, so I just painted them black. So I've been doing like the hand thing when you have nails on and shit. I've been doing that shit like all fucking like the past few days. But and it has been a bitch to like type on my phone with the nails and shit. I'm like, oh fuck. Um yeah, so it's supposed to drop a tad. Okay, it's supposed to drop a little bit tonight, thank God. But it's probably gonna be like hotter when it gets yeah, it's gonna be like a little hotter during the day. So my last day before I go back to work is tomorrow, so I'm off tomorrow. When I go back to my damn job, yeah, yeah, I gotta go back to work. Them, they're not that bad. It's they're not that bad. I got my schedule. Did I? No, it's not it, right? So then Wednesday I get my KCON ticket. But I gotta be out. I'm at work. They go on sale at 3 o'clock. I don't get out till 3:30. I'm like, oh Jesus Christ. That's gonna be fun trying to get my fucking ticket. Jesus. So now I gotta like move all this stuff to my flash drive. Um, what do I do? Oh, I get my schedule for work. Yeah, I've been sleeping like majority of the day. It's so fucking hot. I'm so damn tired. So the next concert, if I get my ticket, will be KCON. Um, so yeah, that's gonna be interesting for the schedule not available by the time. Please check in. Man, oh, fuck it, whatever. Whatever. Damn job. Um, yeah, so that was a lot of fun. So I got to hang out with the crew and stuff. I really wish that Sam was able to go. That would have been really fun hanging out with Sam, but I know she couldn't make it and stuff. Um, Maybe another time. And then I didn't realize that fucking Pentagon's tickets went on sale today. Um, there probably not even any available left, to be honest. Like I didn't even see nothing about like prices and shit. I'm like, I didn't hear nothing else besides like the dates and shit. I'm like, oh, okay. But yeah, the show was cool. I had a lot of fun at the BTS show. I will definitely see them again if possible. Um, let's see. Wonder. I don't want that one. See if I can find a Pentagon ticket. See how much they are. I mean, it's not bad. $45 for the lower balcony center. Not bad. Orchestra. It's like in the back though. $75 still not bad. I think the front was like what, one something. I don't know. I mean, then I have to request off of Pentagon. That's not till September. I mean, the thing about me, I've been requesting off mad days is because see, I get them when I get my ticket, I immediately um reserve my days off of work, so they can't like say no because I'm more than enough notice. And I just say I'm going. I just tell them I'm like going out the country. So I'm really not going out the country, but I can't tell them I'm going to a concert. They're gonna be like no, and I'm not trying to like just not request off and then play. Oh, can I get a um request off and all the other shit? I'm like, fuck that. So I don't know, but I'm definitely tempted for Pentagon. I don't know yet. I mean, I kind of have money for it, but I don't know yet. I'm gonna have to sit and marinate on Pentagon. I mean, there probably won't be a bunch of seats left, to be honest. So I'm not. I don't want to wait too long. I mean, 75 is actually not that bad. It's like in the back though. So see, I don't know how big the Beacon Theater is. I don't even know what the hell the Beacon Theater is, to be honest. I don't even know. So, but yeah. Oh shit. And then I was waiting for Keisha so we can go catch the train back, and I seen this one chick on on them little the EMS cards. Your homegirl nose was leaking. I'm like, bruh, like her fucking nose was bleeding. I'm like, yo, what happened? I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, I don't know if like I don't know how her nose. All I know she just had like had a thing to her face, and I could just see like blood like spots on. I'm like, oh shit. So I'm trying to figure out. Okay, what is So I'm trying to look at inside the Beacon Theater and seeing what's up. Like it don't look like it's why it looks so. It looks. I mean, I can't tell by these pictures on Google. So it seems like I'll be like, if I get a ticket, I'll be like in the back though. Like I don't know. I don't know. I mean, this looks like a nice size theater for the Beacon Theater. Hmm. I don't know. Anyways, how about that? Um. So let's see. Anything else? Oh, so I was trying to catch up on Produce 101. So I'm only almost an hour in, and I'm at the part where they're like picking the group performance part, which I'm like looking forward to. And I'm like it's bugging me out how like there was only one dude left in the X class. I'm like, oh shit. And like mad people went from like A to like lower classes and stuff, and people who's in lower classes went to like A and whatnot. I'm like, fuck. But yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting to see like the group performances and how they do. Cause technically too, the JYP guy was the other ex. For real? Oh, oh, wow. Okay. Man, it's gonna be interesting as fuck to see like now I mean I've been watching, but I haven't seen I think they I mean I haven't watched the whole episode, but I haven't you know seen anyone like blurred out and shit like that. So I don't know if they like how well they did like edit and hold me out of the fucking episodes and shit. Cause I know they said he's like the center and the main um vocal for the performance and shit. So excuse me, it's gonna be very interesting when I finish the episode. I think they're only gonna just be just doing the picking who's who. I don't think they're gonna actually start the performance until like till like this week. Um yeah, they did. Oh, okay, so I definitely got to finish watching the episode. Cause I just figured they wouldn't because I mean I'm only an hour in, so I figured they would spend most of their time like picking who's who, like like who's gonna be in what group and da da. You know how they do. They pick the groups and then they gotta pick the song. And they gotta be like, oh my god! I know like what I've seen on Twitter was like people was trying not to do NCTU because they said the 7 cents is like hella hard, which it is. It's a very hard dance to do. So I'm like, it's kind of like this season's Boombaya, but hopefully we won't get another snack because I will literally yank my hair out if another snack happens this season. Like I'll be very pissed, but I don't know. We'll have to see. But don't tell me nothing else because I didn't finish the episode yet. I'm only at 54 minutes and I'm only 54 minutes into the episode, so. But yeah. I'm so fucking tired, man. And so my mom, she went to go stay at my brother's because the Game of Thrones ended last night. So she was telling me about that. I mean, I don't really get too fucked about Game of Thrones, so I'm just like, okay, cool. I don't have to hear about that show no more. Cool. So she went to his place and they watched the final episode and whatnot. So I'm like, oh, that's cool, so get out the house and whatnot. But yeah, getting home last night wasn't it was alright. I mean, the train part wasn't bad. I mean, I paid for a ticket, they didn't check. I'm like, what's $2? So I'm not gonna trip. Getting to see Caucus. Um, like I said, it started raining and shit, and then I'm waiting for my Uber, and I've never stopped at the Sea Caucus station. I've never like gotten off. I've only like just stayed on to go to Newark. So I'm like, fuck. So I'm like, I don't know where I'm at, blah blah blah. So the dude calls me talking about, oh, I can't get in. I'm like, dude, it's raining, and you want me to? I got some pizza in my hand, and you want me to fucking walk? I'm like, it's raining. I'm like, dude, whatever. Do you have a favorite in the show yet? One of my favorites is the DSP trainee PO. He's probably like my favorite so far. Do you have another favorite? Should I? Well, I mean, I figured we were just going. I figured it would just like we had to just go to the whole because I figured it would have been like more money to just go from the train station to Newark. If you go, you know what I'm saying? I feel like you have to go backwards to go forward. I don't know. I don't know. I thought that Sea Caucus was like closer, but maybe not. I don't know. But it's what it is. It's whatever. It's done now, but it's fine. It's all good. Um, the fucking oh, surprise, surprise. Like the fucking dude, like the Uber dude. Oh my god, the driver. I was like, I would like to make it to the hotel alive, please. That would be nice. Like he was like kind of like speeding and shit. I know we had like a Mercedes and shit, but I'm like, bruh, I might have been closer to you, but it was super easy to just grab an Uber at Penn Station. Oh, okay. Because yeah, I think it was like because it was like mad, like they had like cops and shit and all the other shit. And I was like, I mean, my mom was like, she didn't mind paying the Uber for us to get back because she just wanted to make sure we get back okay. So I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't, so I've never been to see, I never stopped at Sea Caucus before. So that was like, I'm just used to just staying on and then going to Newark. But I mean, it is what it is. Well, that's the thing. I wasn't sure, like, because I see the thing is, I paid for the ticket for like to get to Sea Caucus before, like, I did it like when we got to Meadowlands. I mean, for the Metlife because I was like, I don't know if they're gonna be checking tickets, and I don't want to have to pay another. Like, I think if you pay on the train, that's another fucking $7. And I'm like, I ain't trying to do all that. But then they ended up like not checking my ticket anyway. So now I got a ticket to MetLife that I'm not gonna end up using. I'm not gonna end up needing. I mean, it's $2. It's all right. It took me 2 hours to get out the parking lot. Cause see, a lot of people took like buses. Either they took like the bus to Port Authority, or like they took Ubers. I think a lot of people took Ubers to MetLife. I don't think a lot of people drove. So yeah, like I heard like leaving was like yeah, the train was like simple, like 'cause we was right by the SAP gate, so you literally just had to just walk on the top of the train. And I think there were trains that come like every like 10-15 minutes. So if you miss one, there's gonna be another one coming. Like there was already another train like at the state like waiting. You know what I'm saying? So the train, I feel like if you're trying to get out of there, took like 3 hours. I bet it did because it's like mad traffic. That's what I'm saying. Like I was glad that we decided to take the train and not the Uber because the Uber would have took like forever, and then it would took forever for us to get up out of there. So I'm glad we just took the train. So I know next time if I have to go back to MetLife, I'm just taking a train. Fuck it. I'm just taking a train. I'm not taking the Uber back because and then I'm just like Oh, 3 hours, Jesus Christ. And then it was like they was like closing shit up for like, I think they said it's going to like close the fucking thing like they only had like 2 hours. I'm like, but it's mad. I mean, I figured, I obviously wasn't. Yeah. Well, see, the thing is, my mom was just like, you know what? My mom was like, fuck it. Just like, oh, okay. Yeah, my mom was like, you know what? Just fuck it. I just want you guys to get back to the hotel. So it doesn't matter. So my mom was cool with having to pay the Uber, the like the fee and shit back. She said it was okay. So I said, all right. She didn't have a problem. So I mean that's fine. So because I was telling her, I'm like, yeah, like we was gonna try to take the train instead of taking the Uber back because it was gonna be like man expensive. And then she was like, you know, well, listen, if you gotta like take the Uber back, it's fine. So I said, okay, cool. So my mom was fine with it. Um, yeah, definitely taking a train. Um, yeah, definitely taking a train there if possible, or like back at least. Like trying to taking the Uber there it wasn't that bad. But yeah, I already knew having to take the Uber, like waiting for the Uber there is gonna be like a bitch. I'm like, I kind of figured it's gonna be like crazy trying to get out of there last night, and then it rained and shit. So I'm like, oh god, people having to wait for the Ubers and it's like in the rain and like, oh, mm. but nonetheless, um, I had a great time. Um, would I do it again? Mm-hmm. I'll do it again. I just won't pack a bunch of shit like I did this time. Definitely won't. Um, and even though, like I said, it's like the merch and shit is like unpredictable, but I think because it's a football stadium, I think they had more things, and I don't think anything sold out. So besides like I said, the smaller booths probably sold out of certain stuff, but like the bigger ones probably still had a bunch of shit. So I don't think like London or the London and Paris or just London. Can't remember the other stops. But like London and Brazil, I don't think they'll have problem with like merchant shit. I don't think so. Cause like I said, I think they still had everything when we went or whatever. Even if even though there was people that went Friday, so for those 3 days they still didn't sell all the stuff. That's pretty good. Cause I mean, when the tour last year, stuff was getting sold out. Like yeah, they had like quite a few things that had sold out for the tour last year and whatnot. But yeah, oh yeah, but yeah, you think I'm gonna just get out of here because I don't really have really much to add, to be honest. I've been on for like an hour and a half. I don't want to be on here for like crazy long because it's like 10 o'clock and stuff. So I'm gonna get out of here. And for those who came in later, because you already know I'm gonna keep this up, so you can watch back and watch me explain everything, what happened. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna finish watching Produce 101 and then probably just chill the rest of it. I'm probably up the rest of the night because I slept a couple times today. Um, yeah, like I said I'm gonna finish watching Produce 101 and then, probably just chill the rest of the night. I think it's not starting to be so hot. Especially with the fucking breeze. Oh my God. But yeah, so thank you guys for joining me and stuff. And thank you again to Keisha and Ashley for hanging out with me this weekend. Or me hanging out with them this weekend. We had a lot of fun. Hope we can do it again. And wish me luck for Wednesday because that's when I get my KCON ticket. So wish me luck, y'all. But yeah, I'm gonna go and I will see you guys next time. All right. Night, guys.